Uganda welcomes you to invest in the various industrial opportunities existing in the industrial parks, as well as along the value food chain, like in agriculture, minerals, tourism, and general manufacturing. Invest in the Pearl of Africa.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has pledged to support Somalia's joining of the East African community, citing that it has all the geographical, social and political requirements it needs to be considered as a member state.
It's good that Somalia has applied again, and definitely we support it because it has all the qualifications, which are three. First of all, you should have a border with one of the countries of the members of the East African community, and Somalia has got a border with Kenya. Then you should have a private sector-ready economy, and then you should be a democratic country. And I congratulate you for winning the recent elections. So definitely we shall support Somalia.
The business community of Somalia sees joining the EAC as an opportunity to open up its potential to compete among its counterparts on a better position to leverage the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement of 2018.
Somalia has a clear understanding of the shared benefits that come with the working together, and we are ready to deliver the strong leadership and commitment required to contribute to boosting intra-regional trade and investment. In my meeting with His Excellency President Museveni and other East African head of states in Arusha, I underscored that Somalia belongs to the East Africa.
The climax of the event saw two MOUs signed between Uganda and Somalia to promote investment in agriculture, the pathogenic industry, ICT, manufacturing and services, while opening up trade opportunities between both signatory governments and their citizens.
Your Excellency, some items and issues that we feel need to be addressed by our both partner governments. The security assurance. Your Excellencies, I'm sure you agree with the well-known fact that capital is a coward. And we always say that the biggest coward is capital, because once it senses a threat, it's always the first one to leave the room.
And I'm happy to report early this month, one of our banks has made an entry into the Uganda market. We applaud that, and we understand this is the first time Uganda has ever made Islamic banking within its statutory framework. However, we would like to note there are few articles or laws that our business community have noted. We would really love to communicate the same via our diplomatic channels, so the government of Uganda can look into that to fully operationalize.
What brings us here is to be able to have access to explore the Somali market as well, given the fact that there has been business engagement between the President of Somalia and the President of Uganda. I look at it as a window of opportunity to get into the Somali market.
Interestingly, Uganda and Somalia have something that ties them. They are both oil potential countries. Uganda discovered oil, and we're actually now going to begin exporting oil. Somalia, on the other hand, is about to begin exploring oil. So that is a nexus that joins Uganda and Somalia in terms of oil. Where we come in, we teach people in terms of oil explorations.
In 2014, the Private Sector Foundation recorded Ugandan exports to Somalia at $14 million US. But these have since reduced due to long-standing political instability in the Horn of Africa.
These are investors from Somalia who are already investing in Uganda. And unfortunately, we have already made a success story. I just wanted them to wave to you, both presidents. I thank you very much.
May I now invite the responsible persons, that's from Uganda Investment Authority, kindly step forward. Your Excellency, that is the team which is going to be responsible for the implementation of both the Memorandum of Understanding and also the Kampala Declaration. Just wave to the Excellencies and please resume your seats.
Let me first of all thank the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation as a public broadcaster for inviting me to speak about investment in the country. My name is Morrison Rwakakamba, and I'm the chairman of Uganda Investment Authority. Uganda Investment Authority was established in this country almost 30 years ago. We're going to be celebrating 30 years of driving investment in the country. And we operate under the Investment Code Act, which was recently signed by the President in 2019 of March. And the role of Uganda Investment Authority is to do the following. First of all, to promote Uganda as the best investment destination in the world, where we go around the country, all the countries in the world, whether it is the United States, whether it is China, whether it is India, whether it is Bangladesh, whether it is Turkey, whether it is South Africa, and tell all those investors to bring their money in Uganda, because Uganda is stable from south to north, from east to west. All of it is stable, and the President has established proper security that allows investors to come bring their money, get return on investment, but also their investment is safe. But we don't only promote investment just globally, but also within Uganda, where our brothers and sisters in Uganda who want to invest can also come and invest. We give investment licenses. For you to be an investor, if you're a foreigner, you need to have at least invested 500,000 and above United States dollars. But for Uganda to be called an investor, you need only 50,000 United States dollars to get our investment licenses that would make you access all the incentive. The second role that we do is to facilitate investors. Once we have attracted you and you say you have your $10 million, you have your $1 million, you have your 100 million. Once we give you our license, then we facilitate you with incentives. We tell you we have free land, for example, in Namanga, where we take you, we say this is free land, you put your factory here. We make sure that if you are there, you access 5 cents. You pay only 5 cents kilowatt per hour for electricity. So it is cheaper than if you are not an investor, or you are operating a shop, or you are consuming electricity. You're consuming electricity at home. But we also give you, as Uganda Investment Authority, other incentives. For example, if you're a foreign investor and you have employed 70% of Ugandans, okay? You have invested $10 million and above, and your payroll roster, the payroll roster, 70% of your payroll money is going to Ugandans. We can give you a 10-year tax holiday, such that you recoup your investment. And once we give you free land, by the way, if you're a Ugandan investor and you have established 30%, you have put up a wall, you have started the industrial superstructure, we actually allow you to mortgage that land and get money from banks to be able to finish your superstructure, bring in the machinery and start. If you are a foreigner, you need to have reached 60% to benefit from that aspect. So therefore, to that extent, we are facilitating investors. If you have trained young Ugandans to work with you and you're an investor, and let's say you have spent 80 million, or you spent 200 million, or you have spent some money to train Ugandans, we allow you that when you're filing your tax returns, that money is deductible, meaning that you file your returns, but that money which you used to train Ugandans is actually, given back to you. If you are in 2 sectors that the President is promoting, like agro-processing, once you are bringing in machinery, that machinery is zero rated. It means that it is tax-free, because you are bringing the machinery to add value on our fish, to to add value on our kasori or maize, to add value on millet, to add value on soya bean, to add value on coffee, to add value on matoke and others. So that is also tax-free and under our investment code regime. So we give you that as Uganda Investment Authority. We don't stop there. The other role that we play as Uganda Investment Authority is to deliver aftercare services to our investors. Once you have established, we come and check on you and say, have you received electricity? Have you been connected to electricity? Are you bringing in some experts? Do you have challenges with immigration? In our office, we have the immigration services. We can therefore help you. Where you are putting a factory, are you environmentally compliant? So do you have environmental impact assessment? We have got NEMA in our office to help you with that. Are you being, assessed, properly? Do you have a TIN number? So we have Uganda Revenue Authority in our office to be able to help you to be facilitated with that. So essentially, Uganda Investment Authority is a one-stop center, really, for investors, your domestic investors, but also foreign investors. We have now, the President directed us through the Ministry of Finance and Investment to establish 25 industry parks. And Uganda Investment Authority has moved around the country and secured a partnership. We are building an investment land bank, so we are doing partnership with local governments who have provided us free land. We went to Soro, got 620 acres of free land on the border with DRC and Rwanda, and we want factories to go there. We went to Kunjiri, got 630 acres in Bwambara. As you go to Ishasha in DRC. We went to Nebi, got 500 acres. We went to Yumbe, 1,600 acres. But we also went to other parts of Uganda and got all this free land, because we believe that for us to be able to create jobs for young people, but also to create wealth for Ugandans, then we have to move into industrialization and manufacturing. So we believe that along the way, all these industrial parks are going to be occupied by factories who are adding value to products, but also creating thousands and hundreds of thousands of jobs for our young people. But to even understand the opportunities, the Uganda Investment Authority also is engaged in what we would call research in order to deliver investment that is data-driven. We call it investment data-driven consensus. So Uganda Investment Authority investigates, does research. We have over 100 business ideas for small scale and medium enterprises. If you want to start a salon, you come to our website, and you check an already packaged business idea that shows you can invest this is how much you're going to get, this is why you're going to set it up. If you want to add value on cassava, we have ideas. If you want to do APRA, add value on honey, we have those business ideas that are really plug and play. Those are small ones, but we also have big ones. That's why when we went to Dubai, we went with over 50 bankable projects, that were worth over $1 billion United States dollars. And we managed to engage companies that are coming to build like 20 factories in tea, that are going to go into minerals. We have research that shows that the value of mineral wealth we have in this country is around 660 billion United States dollars, whether it is in gold, whether it is in vermiculite, whether it is iron ore, whether it is copper, whether it is cobalt. We have all these minerals, whether it is tin, and we have done the data, we have done the research that actually gets us, to that level. So investors come, they look at what we have in terms of the research and plug. The other day we were commissioning the Wagagai factory in Busia. They have dug tunnels and they are going to be mining gold in Busia. For those who come from Busia, know they have dug, so many meters down. You go into a tunnel and they are doing the latest technology. Okay, so there is so much going on. But I wanted to tell Ugandans about some of the potential when it comes to at least some of the products where we have very, very serious opportunity. If we look at coffee, we have an opportunity for what they call FAQ, which is fairly average quality of the potential is at 1.3 million metric tons, valued at United States 1.8 billion per year. That's the amount of coffee we can produce that is ready for the market. If you look at cocoa, data sets again from Uganda Investment Authority show us that the available area under cocoa cultivation would yield us about 17.3 metric tons per hectare. And with the United States dollars of 2,170 per metric ton, Uganda can make 2.6 billion per annum. If you look at fish, 86,000 metric tons of fish feed that we can make here, valued at 112 million per annum. If you look at sesame, here we are talking about 186 million. This is an opportunity for investors to come and plug. For soybean, we are talking about 280 million United States dollars per annum. If you look at beans, we are talking of 476,000 metric tons, valued at 486 million per annum, the beans that we can produce per annum. For dairy, we are looking at 5,755 liters per annum, okay? And if it is valued each liter at $1, we are talking about $6.1 billion. Maize, 2.6 billion. Cassava, 27 million metric tons, valued at 7.4 billion. Poultry, if we are talking about the day-old chicks that we can put together in this country, the value proposition is at 28 million. As for rice, around 2.7 billion. So we have all these numbers layered out at Uganda Investment Authority, and it's our belief that these opportunities, especially also in the agriculture sector, are so huge. I haven't talked about ICT. I haven't talked about tourism. For tourism, if you are bringing tourist vehicles, for example, in this country, they are tax-free, and this is an incentive that is offered by Uganda Investment Authority under the Investment Code Act. This is to promote, the tourism sector. If you're building a hotel up country, or even in Kampala, as long as it is within, to serve tourists, if you're bringing bed sheets, building materials, all of them are zero rated, really tax-free. But what I want to tell Ugandans is that now the opportunity is so huge, because even when we're talking about industrialization, we have to talk about the market. If you produce here, where are you going to sell your goods? Recently, as you know, President Museveni working adaptively to realize the Pan-African agenda. As you know, Pan-Africanism is one of the tenets of the national resistance movement propounded by retired General Yoweri Museveni, the President of Uganda. He has worked so hard. Now DRC is part of the East African community. In June, we are going to the Democratic Republic of Congo at the end of June, going with manufacturers and Ugandan business people to tap into that 90 million people market of Democratic Republic of Congo. We are going to be in Kinshasa. We are going to be in all the provinces that neighbor Uganda, whether it is South Kivu, North Kivu, Ituri region, and some of those areas. But Uganda also ratified the African Free Trade Continental Area, which gives us access to 1.3 billion people. We have now 1.3 billion Africans, and we believe that by 2050 we are going to be over 2 billion. So if you have that market, it means that Uganda is strategically located at the heart of Africa, then we are able to do inter and intra-Africa trade. We now have Uganda Airlines that can evacuate our products, to all these markets. Now we are flying 5 times almost a day to Kinshasa on a daily basis. Uganda Airlines is going all over the place, trying to make sure that people and products and services are really delivered. But Uganda also signed agreements with Europe under what we call everything else but arms, that is the EBA. Meaning if you are selling anything that is not a weapon, you can access that market of Europe quota-free and tax-free. Under the rubric of AGOA, which is the Opportunity Act, which was signed during the time of President Bush. Uganda has a list of 6,000 products under AGOA arrangement, African Growth and Opportunity Act, that can be delivered to the United States quota-free and tax-free. So I'm saying all this to show the Ugandan entrepreneurs and investors, but also investors across the world who want to come to Uganda, that this is the optimal place to invest and make money. And finally, I've talked about all these investment prospects and opportunity. Finally is that now buy Uganda, build Uganda is very huge. If you look at all our supermarkets, 60% of the products in supermarkets are actually made in Uganda. The president yesterday said, apart from the plane, we are making cars with Chile, we are making almost everything here now. So it's upon Ugandans that we support our own manufacturers, buy things that are built, conceptualized, built and done here, such that we grow Commonwealth, we grow the wealth of Ugandans and take this country forward. I thank you so much. Thank you so much once again, UBC, that I have had this opportunity to represent Uganda Investment Authority, but also to give this message to the viewers of UBC and beyond. Thank you very much.
Uganda welcomes you to invest in the various industrial opportunities existing in the industrial parks, as well as along the value food chain, like in agriculture, minerals, tourism, and general manufacturing. Invest in the Pearl of Africa.
On UBC, the program that helps you identify opportunities for investment, job creation, growing your entrepreneurial skills, wealth creation, and social transformation.
We have a product that is ready for schools, supermarkets.
Create wealth, transform livelihoods. Every week, we showcase opportunities for creating new products and enterprises.
I now harvest a lot of cocoa. When I harvest it, I sell. After selling, I put money in my project. I have 2 projects. 1 is for construction of my house, 2 is for educating my children.
Excellence in innovation, the passion and drive to succeed, and the right mindset to grow your business. Lives transformed on UBC. Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Create wealth, transform livelihoods. Brought to you by Operation Wealth Creation.
It's that time of the year again when Rotary is changing power. In 1905, Paul Harris thought of this very exciting institution called Rotary. Presidents, incoming presidents, does your family know what you do in Rotary? Does the country, Uganda, the district understand what you're doing in the different communities you work in? The Rotary moment is here to showcase what you have done throughout the year. Your projects, your installation, president-elects, get in touch with the Rotary moment so that we can showcase, show your installation, get to know what you're doing. Your host, Karo Chaze Kakoza, waiting for your call.
The Rotary Moments Show. We bring you and Rotary closer.
Uganda is estimated to have between 40 to 50 million chickens.